Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Ashley's Treasure. With my last mask making, I made these little clusters and I had a lot of fun doing them. And so I kind of want to do something similar to them again. So I was thinking, instead of using pieces like that from Tim Holtz, I was thinking about using these Monopoly cards as like the base and work off from them to make big clusters like this again. And this time I was thinking, instead of using the normal size paper dolls, using the mini ones. Where does this go? I don't 100% know yet, but I got some labels. I got like the stuff from Tim Holtz. That this one is the field notes. I have it all separated and organized in here. I also have another package of the field notes too. This one was Thrift Shop, which I don't think I end up using that one. And then this one, the Expedition, I end up using a lot, I think. And then I thought about using some of these that was from the colored palette, which I don't think I used, but I got 10 lined up, ready to go to try out. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them, but this is kind of where I'm going off from. I really love this one because this guy looks like he works on a train, which I think is what kind of made me think of that. So I'm going to start off with him first because I definitely want to use him on this one. And I end up using these paper books that are from Forever and Time. I end up using these a lot more than Tim Holtz. They're just these little books with little punch outs, the ready ephemera, like ready to go. And there's like 3 different ones. There's like this blue colored one. There's one with like more purple colors going on. And then the other one behind there, right there, has more like orange and browns, neutral colors. But I end up finding it looked like a little stopwatch, which I thought was perfect for him because, he always keeps track of time, telling everyone, when to get on, when the train's leaving and everything. And that little like push part on the top, like fit just right in between, like the word fit in between that just right. So I was kind of going off from that. I thought the special delivery was perfect, and I found this little piece that looked like a ticket, because you know how they always go through after everyone gets on board, that they have to like show their ticket, so I thought that was perfect for it. So I didn't really have like a color theme going on. I just had the theme of the train track going on, or not train track, just the train in general theme going on. And I was looking for one more thing. Like, it seemed like it needed something else. And then I found, or I was also thinking about doing a label on the top left. So I was trying to look at one of the little ones and fiddling with them. I didn't know which shape to use, the rectangular ones or a circular one. But I tried using this piece last time to work off from, and I ended up not. But I thought, there's so much stuff on here. Instead of using it for one piece, why don't I cut a small piece off? And there was these numbers on there. You always need numbers. Numbers always look great when you're doing clusters. And there were these red numbers. And so I cut that out with the black border around it, or lines around it. And I thought that was perfect. It was just the right size. And then I'm still trying to figure out which little label to put on the top left. See, that one was too big. So I just went back to the small one and did it the long way instead of the short way, and I think that looked a lot better. So I am going to use my Distress Oxide. It's the frayed burlap. It's just the one that was laying out that I've been using a lot lately. And then just going to use my art glitter glue to glue everything down. And I want to make sure that the word was just in between that so you can read the whole word. What is it? B&O Railroad. And then the special delivery and the ticket. I forgot to glue the ticket on first because I was behind the little watch. And I'm going to have him stand right on top of that line right there, that black line from the Monopoly card. And then now it's time to start gluing him down, and then the little number and the label. I tried to start with when I'm gluing things down, I tried to start from the things all the way in the back and work my way up. but I kind of glued the watch down before the ticket that time, but that's okay. And I'm trying to see how much I want cut off. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera a little bit, but yes, I'm cutting out the extra piece there and then finish distressing the card itself. It did have a little bit of a like wax to it, kind of, so it kind of spread a little, but there's a little close-up. It's so cute. Next, I'm going to work on these three men. I thought they fit perfect sitting on top of this one, and I thought blue's kind of a masculine color. Granted, it can go either way, but I really like this. I can't remember what this Monopoly one was called. The name on this one because they're sitting on it. Something Park Place. Something Park Place. I can't remember. But again, I kept using these little pieces that I got from those little books, those Forever in Time books. And I saw this little cluster that looked like a message. And I saw this blue envelope because I was looking for things with blue. And I thought it was like perfect, but it wasn't long enough, so I cut it in half to make it longer. I found these little keys and I found this blue seal, and I thought I could use that to seal the keys on. And then I just kept doing a bunch of layers behind it. There was this like little film I thought I could use. So I definitely was going to use this envelope behind there first. So I'm going to glue that down. So it's kind of going like that brown neutral color to blue to neutral to blue, you know, kept layering a pattern of colors down. Definitely going to use those little keys. And then put the little blue seal on top of it. And then I thought about using another clock behind there. If not, I got like a blue ticket. But I definitely wanted to use this film. So I thought I'll cut some of it off so that I can use some on the top left, on the bottom right. Get two uses out of it. Kind of like the envelope, the blue envelope as well. But I think I only used it on the top left. Or no, I did glue it down. It's still there. But I thought it needed more blue because I only got like two things that are blue. So I was trying to find what else to use. If I should use this ticket or what. And then I really wanted to use this clock. I liked that. But I wanted to make sure that it was facing the correct way. I didn't want the 12 where the 3 belongs or something like that. So yes, now I'm gluing that on. Yep, here I am trying to make sure that it's lined up right. Got the 12 facing up. I know not everyone knows how to read Roman numerals, but that would drive me nuts if I had the clock sideways or something. But at least I kind of got 3 blue things because I got the Monopoly card, the blue envelope, and then the blue seal. And now I always like distressing the side of the paper dolls because it's so white on the side when it's cut out. So I did that really quick. And then I forgot to distress everything else before I glued it down. So I'm trying to get at least the clock a little bit without getting all over the card. There we go. Good enough. Now time to glue on the 3 men. And so I'm turning around. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera again. But I was drawing a line where to glue them, what part I didn't need glue because I didn't want glue all over the place. And then just putting that where the line was that I marked. And then I can't remember what the saying was on there, but there's a little close-up. It says, because when, oh, you stop and look around, the life is pretty amazing. And then I went back to the one with the train, and because of that label on the top left, it needed a number. So I just got one of my stamps that looks like Tim Holtz, but I actually got it from Temu. It just has a random number on there. It fit just right in there like it was meant to be. Numbers make such a big difference. Yep, that's what it needed. So much better. All right, now I'm going to work on this one, Mr. Illinois Avenue. Again, it just needed a number. I started realizing that they needed numbers. I had a hard time finding things that were orange because I kind of going off from the color of the Monopoly card. But I liked where this was going. Once I found the number 5, it was one of the Tim Holtz ephemera pieces that it was like 4 or something, but I just used the number 5 and fussy cut it out. And then this ticket I thought was perfect, but I kind of cut off the end because I didn't want it hanging off of the Monopoly card. So, but I wanted to make sure that all that orange part was showing. I didn't want to cut off the numbers there at the end, so I cut that off first before gluing it on. And the little man is going to be sitting on top of the ticket. So I'm going to glue that down first, and then the little man. And then these, when I ink the sides, they're kind of waxy, so it doesn't dry fast. It takes a while for the ink to completely dry. So it was smearing everywhere because I was impatient to let it dry first before putting him on. And then just trying to position it right. And then I'm going to glue this down first, which I shouldn't have glued it on first. I should have stamped first, but I got ahead of myself. And then I forgot, oh yeah, I didn't distress the sides. So I already got the glue on, distressing the sides, and now gluing that down. And then gluing the little man down, which I should not have done yet. But yeah, if you didn't see, some of that ink from his foot got onto that black label. So that's why it's good to let it dry first before putting on your projects. But luckily, you know, it's a brown color, so it just made it look more distressed, vintage looking in a way. And then I definitely need a number on there, so I got this one out again. Yeah, this one's one of Tim Holtz too, but I got it from Temu, so it's like a cheaper version. It just says number and then like a big number on there, just random. It just needed something. But again, I should have done this first before gluing him down because our glitter glue dries pretty fast and it glues good. Like I tried getting his foot up and it started tearing, but that part's going to be covered anyways with his foot, so it's okay. And now I'm going to stamp that number on there. It fit in there perfectly. And then getting that out of the way before I make a mess. And then gluing his foot back down. And I'm just going to hold that for a second. There we go. All better. Oh, a part of it tore off, so I had to do the layers of it. It was like peeling off in layers when I tried to get it back up. All right, now it's all better. And then just distressing the card now, the Monopoly card. And there's a little close-up. Next, I'm going to use this man with this one's the Kentucky Avenue one, and I'm kind of getting those same themes going on. I thought about using more pieces off of this big ticket. Just couldn't figure out which way I should go because I think that was like a map and I wanted to make sure it was facing the correct way. But I think it was too big, and so then I tried finding something else on there. And I was trying to find more of that orangey color. It's like a red orange. And so I thought, why not this number 18? But this one didn't have, you know, black all around it because I already used part of it. So I thought about getting my ink back out, my black VersaFine ink, and just kind of dabbing the four edges to have like a black line around it instead of, I could have taken a Sharpie and just simply draw lines, but I was just kind of dabbing it and making not a perfect line, but like just enough. It made it look more old and vintage kind of in a way. This time I'm taking some paper towel and getting all that extra ink off the back after distressing the edges of the doll, so that way I won't do the same mistake and have it smear everywhere. And then I'm going to distress everything else as well, the card and all the label and the ephemera with the frayed burlap. Yeah, distressed oxide, frayed burlap. I thought that label fit perfect, like with him leaning on it and resting his foot on the bottom. I thought that fit perfectly, so it was meant to be. And then I'm going to have him standing on that bottom line, just like the other one I did. And then that number 18 right there, the numbers were making a huge difference. Like they definitely needed numbers. And then since the other one had saying, I thought about having a saying on this one too. And this was from those little booklets, and I can't remember what this said, but I remember I cut it up to make it smaller. There was white border around it. When you punch it out, it had a white border, and I did not want white on it, so that's why I was snipping that off. But it said like stop and look or something. Stop and look around. And it looks like he did. He just stopped and he's like, wow, world's pretty amazing, isn't it? So yeah, it kind of looked like it fitted. I have them, so I'm like, why not use them? I don't normally use little sayings like that anymore. I used to a lot in scrapbooking, but now since I've been doing junk journals and everything, I don't really use those that much. And so I thought I might as well start trying to use them up. And because it was black, and I was kind of having this whole black, white, and orange thing going on, so I thought it worked, and it fit pretty good right in there. I had them kind of in a straight line and like just over that black line there. So I did the stop and then around, and then I did the look last, so I knew that all of them were lined up just right. Just try and get the extra glue off, and then look at that. He's so cute. I love it. Next, I'm going to start doing this little girl, and I love the flowers in here. The flowers I thought were a good color with that, what do you call it? It's kind of like a fuchsia pink. It's not purple really, but it's not pink. It's like an in-between. And so I was trying to find flowers that would match it, and yeah, in this little booklet there was like a lot of them that I thought would go with it. It kind of had these pinkish purple mix, different type of flowers in here, and I really like that, so I'm kind of going off from that. And then I wanted to do a cluster in the top left, so I'm just getting these extra leaves up there, and I found a little butterfly I liked, and I found these tiny little flowers that were like the same color, and so I'm just pulling them out, and I thought, oh, there we go, I found 3 to do a little cluster. And then I found some extra leaves to stick behind the big flowers, because it just needed some more. And then I thought about putting like a label on the side, because you know, like the other ones they have sayings, so I thought maybe I'll use this one because it looks like old tape or paper or something, and I thought that little butterfly would look really cute on it too. Oh, and I found another flower. I thought it was the same thing but just a little bit bigger. But I was looking for one with a saying on it, and I found this one that says, was it beautiful or butterfly? I think it's a butterfly. Or be curious. That one said be curious. But it just didn't look right. And then I found this one that had 3 in a row, and I think that one that said butterfly. Just like a butterfly, her wings unfolded. And so I'm just trimming off, like, you know, the extra pieces, and I actually making it shorter because it was too long. And this one had like kind of the um, like arrow point to it, and I wanted to keep that going. I liked how it was like that. And I'm kind of using my scissors trying to position it so I could get it where I wanted it. Trying to see where I'm going to glue this. And then I found these little corner pieces that I liked. It kind of gave it like a, they're like, look like metal ones, you know. Granted, it's not real metal, it's just paper, but I kind of liked that. And then it seemed like she needed something to stand on. She's just like floating in the air right now. And so I found this one that looks like old wood, and I'm just going to keep trimming it down so she has something to stand on. Granted, I guess now looking at it, she didn't necessarily, but at the time it was just driving me nuts. Like, she needed something, so I just kept trimming it down, just dressing it, and adding ink to it so she had something. And now I'm going to cut off all the extra pieces. You know, like the white border, sometimes when you punch it out, there's still white around it. So I'm just cutting all that stuff off. And I'm going to start gluing all these little clusters of flowers down first on the top left corner. Now this little white and blue butterfly, I needed to distress him first because being white, it kind of blended in with the Monopoly card. So adding this distress ink really made a difference, helped make it stand out more so it didn't blend in so much. Now I'm going to try gluing these little leaves down first. That one I should have positioned differently because you'll see it in a minute. But the second one's not bad. But that first one that I glued down, I didn't do it at the same spot as I did before. And it's going to look kind of funny. But there was, when you punch them out of the book, sometimes there's still like a little tiny piece of paper, so I always snip those little pieces off and then distress it. And so again, I'm lining where to glue and where not to glue. These ones I'm not going to cut out. I like it hanging off of the card, but I didn't want to have glue everywhere, so that's why I drew where I needed to glue it down first and then lining it right back up. And I keep trimming this down even more every time. And now I'm snipping off even more, distressing it. And then snipping off the corners because I didn't want it so harsh. Like, I wanted to look worn. And now distressing her and rubbing off the extra ink with the paper towel so I won't smear it all over the place because I'm not patient enough for it to dry. And then this wooden piece needed some black on it to distress it instead of the brown because there was like black on one side, so I needed some black on the other, on the top as well. And now she has something to stand on, which is still random because now that little wooden piece is just randomly floating now. So maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't know. But trying to position the little saying and distressing them as well because I liked the saying. I thought it kind of fitted her. And there is a butterfly on there. That was too long, so I trimmed it down and snipping those corners just a teeny weeny bit. And then I thought about doing another little butterfly down here on her dress. Alright, now I'm gluing down the little saying. The little wooden piece for her to stand on. And then gluing down her. But now can you see what I mean with that leaf? It's right behind her head, so it kind of looks like a leaf crown or something. It looks kind of weird being right behind her head like that. I should have done it like a little bit more to the right or more to the left or something instead of lined up right with her head right there. Now it looks like she's wearing a giant hat, leaf hat or something. But now I'm gluing the little butterfly down and going to distress everything. And there were still some of those little nubs from punching them out that I had to trim off and distress over them. All better. Now here's a little close-up of it. Just like a butterfly, her wings unfolded. Next I'm going to do the other girl. This one's what, Mediterranean Avenue, I think it was a Monopoly card. This one's more purple, and there was definitely purple flowers in here, so I wanted to go off from that color. I kind of end up going color tone, like going off from those same colors as the card. And so yeah, I'm just trying to find something to do, like a big cluster behind her and something to sit on. I liked this leaf because it kind of draped, so I thought I could put it on this little thing that she's sitting on to make it look like it's been there a long time. It seemed like she needed more towards the right, so I found this big cluster with the perfect colors going on. I like that more than that little one that I just took off. And that way it had more variety of different colored roses. And then punching out some extra leaves. And then I didn't quite like the thing that I had her sitting on, so I thought about this sign, this wooden sign. I thought about making it look like a swing, because she's positioned just right to make it look like she's sitting on a swing. So I trimmed the sign down a little bit to make it look more like one. But the rope on it was not long enough. So I tried moving her up so that the rope would be on the top, and that was just way too far up. It just didn't look right. I liked the idea. I just wish that the rope was longer. So I'm going back to what I started with and just fussy cutting it more, taking more layers of it off. Because it just seemed way too big and bulky. That looked a little bit better, but I'm still not loving it. And of course I'm going to cut the bottom off, but I wanted to have everything positioned just right first before cutting that off. Sorry, my words are not coming out correctly today. I haven't slept much, so my brain's not all there. Sorry about that. It's what happens when you have a little one. And then I thought I would use those corner pieces because I ended up not using it on the last one, did I? I don't think I did. But, so I wanted to try using them on this one instead. And then I was debating about these little butterflies. Like, it seemed like she needed a butterfly too, so I was debating between this dark one or this lighter one where the top of the wings are white and the bottom are that purpley pinkish color. And I kind of like that one more. I like the lighter color. So I'm just going through to see what else I could possibly use. And then I found this little butterfly, which is so cute. I liked that one more. So I'm going to go with that one instead. And now it's just time to distress everything and start gluing them down. Starting off with the 2 corners. I just did 2 corners instead of all 4 corners. Oh, and then I found the thing that you're sitting on that I didn't like. I found a stick which looked just, I was like just the right size for her. I liked that look a lot more, so I ended up going with that stick. Or branch. Stick would be too small, like that large branch. I'm going to glue her onto the stick or branch first. And then start gluing down the flowers. I needed to finish distressing them first. And there's still a couple of those little nubs that need to be trimmed off. Now doing the same to this little cluster of flowers as well. Putting that away before I get ink everywhere. And now just gluing her on the branch down on top of the flowers. And then I still tried to use that little leaf there, but it didn't work. It just didn't look right in this cluster. And now just dressing the little butterfly so that it stands out more. And then there's a tiny piece still from popping it out from the paper, and now gluing it down. And here is a little close-up of her. So cute. I love how that turned out. And I'm going to stop about here. I ended up doing 6 of them. I ended up doing the blue, the train, the 2 flower girls, and then 2 orange ones. I hope this inspired you. If so, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye!